today actually marks 2 weeks post-op from my left reverse shoulder replacement. Now, I don't know if all of you know, but this is actually my second reverse shoulder replacement. I had the right one done a year and a half ago. So I've pretty much gotten my, I can do pretty much everything. That one's still a little stiff, but I got it at a good place. So right now, for the 2-week mark, they have barely gotten my pain under control. It took this long. I would say only since 2 days ago that I was able to reduce pain medication quite a bit, whereas before I had to take the highest strength of pain medication out of the hospital, which is not usually prescribed, but because of my history, it was necessary. I was taking pain medication every 3 hours. And in the last 2 days, I have been able to go down in strength, and now I'm only taking 3 pain pills throughout a 24-hour time period. So that's pretty tough to do when you're in that much pain and you feel like you could use it all day long, but you really just have to be strong and push through what you can and only take what is absolutely necessary. So I am proud of myself because it was really hard to do, and this surgery has been the most difficult with so many challenges throughout the time period of getting to this point. I've had to use, this is what happens, you have to use things like this, pick things up, you're so limited on what you can do. So these are a few of my tools. I use that to take socks off, to pick things up, whatever I need it for. I'm very creative. My back scratcher, I got an itch, you better get that stick. And of course, my shoehorn, I don't use it for shoes. I've told you guys before, I kind of use that to get my long, thick hair out of my shirts after getting dressed. You do what you have to do, and at 2 weeks, but before I go further, I would also like to explain that in doing these videos for the past 5 years, what I've learned is that we are all so different and unique, and our experiences after surgery are going to be very different. I have friends that have had a reverse shoulder replacement that have hardly any pain, and they're taking Tylenol at this point. That's just not me. I have the added challenge of the whole rheumatoid arthritis, and what happens after surgery, it brings up a whole body flare every single time, and we know this. So I have those complications and a higher level of pain, and because I've had 18 surgeries, it's harder to get my pain under control. So it is what it is, but I still would like to share where I am at 2 weeks post-op. So I'm very limited still. I'm in what they call a box. Don't you see it? The box is this, right here. I can't go out of this box with the left arm. I cannot do this motion yet. That's going to take a lot of time to get there. So I'm here. I can go up and down, but I cannot hitchhike, okay? No going that way. It has been very difficult to get to this point, but I have done my exercises in spite of all of the pain. I do it. In my highest levels of pain, I did it 2 times a day, but typically I really strive to do 3. So what you do about 2 weeks is they'll give you exercises where you're going to go up and go down. Now, I don't know what it is with this surgery, but most of the pain is right here within the muscles, and it just feels so, I could barely touch my arm because it still feels bruised. I have not regained feeling in my thumb. My thumb is still numb. So doctor thinks it's because of the way my hand is deformed and the way that they get control of your hand. This was kind of too much information for me, but the way they have control of my arm during the surgery, he told me they place it in something, and he says there might have been something pressing against my thumb. So hopefully I'll get my feeling back. But right now, even when I exercise, the pain is all up in here, and it just feels like muscles are just stretching, which I'm sure they are. Because in this surgery, it's intense. You know, it's a very brutal surgery. So up and down with all they had to reattach, I'm feeling it. So up is easy, boom, but down, not so much. It hurts all the way, all in the forearm right there, but also it still hurts. It still hurts. I was telling my husband, it feels like someone just, like they got a knife and just opened up my arm and chopped it off, and I was like, wait, they did. Maybe that's why it feels like it. So, all joking aside, one of the other exercises is the chicken dance they'll have you do. I'm still having difficulty doing this because that shoulder, you're supposed to go like that. Look at, I'm not, look at. And then this one, not so much, not so much. So it still hurts, a lot of work to be done. And the last one is they will have you, this is my most challenging one and it brings the most pain, but you gotta do it because you don't want to get something called frozen shoulder. It is real. My physical therapist told me about it. If you don't move it, you lose it. So literally, and it is not a pretty thing to have frozen shoulder. They literally have to rip things out. I don't know, he was explaining. I was like, look, we're not going there. I'll move it. So up and down, always thumbs up. They told me to make sure my arm is in the right position. So I can get it to, like you're supposed to get it, whoop, right? And eventually whoop there. Right now, look. And this has taken a lot of work. And again, I feel it on here and right here going down right there. It's just the hardest. And my arm, it feels like it's just all bruised up. But remember, in this surgery, they literally do, you know, have to take your arm out. And I believe mine was so bad that they had to cut it diagonally and then put all the pieces in and then reattach it. That's the reality of what I went through. So I think I'm okay for 2 weeks. I start physical therapy on Wednesday. Now I can get my arm up a little bit, quite a bit higher, well, a little bit, I guess, with help. So let me show you what that looks like. Give me a minute. Okay, so now I have my husband, and you can see the difference of how I lift my arm by myself and then with a little help. So there we go. So he could get it up pretty good. And he brings it down slowly because it really hurts to bring it down. I know I'm chopping off my head in this video, but that's what it is. Okay, one more. It's so much easier when he does it for me. Look how much better I go. And the therapist always says when the patient starts making funny faces, that means they're at their, you're good. And one more. The more that he does it, he does these 10 of these for me every day. And he pushes me and makes sure that my shoulder, that's good. Actually, we've improved. I used to just be able to get it to right there. Now we're going a little bit more, so I'm very happy, and that's only after 3. Thank you. I appreciate you. And so the more that it's worked out and the more that he lifts it up, the more I'm able to lift it up. I'm not able to do it on my own, but thank God I have help. So that's where we are at 2 weeks. And, you know, just trying to push through the pain, keep my mind focused, and not wasting a minute, because I am grateful for every minute I have. And we'll see what happens on Wednesday. Now that I think I am limber enough for them to work on me, we'll see. And now they'll throw me a little curve and keep pushing me till I get all the way done to where I'm doing things like this, like that, and the back. That one's one of the most difficult ones of this surgery, so we'll see. So until next time, thank you. Most of all, much love to all of you. thank you for your prayers, because this is a roller coaster. One day I'm doing okay, then I'm down. 1 hour I'm doing great, and then I'm down. So it is what it is, but I'm still standing. God bless, and until next time, see ya.